Samiko. So today, we're going to present to you guys about the ranking of funds to be distributed. So let's watch it.
Hi, I'm Aggie. My matrix number is 0608222F1038.
Hi, Samiko. My name is Nur Binti Ibrahim. My number is 0CD82F1029.
My name is Akil Hamzah bin Azmi and my matrix numbers 06D8022F1032.
My name is Nur Shahira bin Safian. My matrix number 06D8022F1035.
Okay, first of all, I want to introduce you guys about this topic, which is, as you guys know, that during the winding up of the company, the assets of the company are realized and the process are distributed among the creditors and shareholders in a specific order of priority. And other than that, this process is governed by the laws of the jurisdiction in which the company is incorporated. And furthermore, the ranking of claims ensures that the creditor with a higher priority receive a payment before those with lower priority. So we pass the next part to other presenter.
Thank you, Ain. So I will present about creditor priority. The first one is secured creditors. These are creditors who have received a security interest on specific asset of the company. They have priority over other creditors and are paid first from the proceeds of secured asset realization. For example, banks. Banks are the main source of secured creditors to holding fixed charge on business assets, including property. Lenders that hold a charge over any assets held by a company, such as machinery, workplace equipment, and the company inventory. The second one is preferential creditors. These are creditors who have a preferential status under law, such as employees' wages, tax, and certain type of debt owed to government agencies. They are paid next after the secured creditors have been paid.
For the third creditor priorities is ordinary creditors. These are creditors who do not have a preferential status or security interest in the company's asset. They are paid after preferential creditor and secured creditor, but before shareholder. For example, is customer, supplier, and contractors. And the last one is shareholders. After all creditors have been paid, any remaining funds are distributed to the shareholders according to their respective shareholdings. If there is insufficient capital to pay all shareholders in full, they will receive a pro rata share of the remaining asset.
Thank you, Anne. So we go through the distribution of fund based on ranking. The first one is federal tax. The federal government has first priority to the company's asset when the company is winding up. This means that any federal tax must be paid before any other debt is paid. Amount owed to EPF and SOCSO are paid after the company's winding up order. For your information, EPF and SOCSO act as the financial security and financial well-being for employees. The second one is company's contract. The company must take all necessary steps to terminate all employee contract before the company can be completely winding up. This includes paying workers outstanding wages and benefits, providing them with a proper termination, and making sure their employment records are properly closed. Other than that, about transfer contract, employees can transfer to another company. This can only be done if another company is willing to take on the employee's contract. The employee contract can be completed until the end of the agreed period. This means that the employee will continue to work for the company until their contract expires.
So there are the two parts of distribution of funds responsibility, which is the third one, it's company business. As you guys know, a company business is structured that is separately entity from its owner. It's complex business structure with high staff and administrative costs because of regulatory reporting requirement and higher level legal obligation. But when the company gets into the winding up, the effect of the winding up order is that the business of the company is terminated, and all the affairs of the winding up company shall be governed by a liquidator. So that's why carry on the business with a view of eventually choosing the company's business despite the company's winding up order. For example, the I can give is like Tesco was taken over by Lotus after winding up. So for the fourth one, which is a legal dispute. So as you know, legal dispute means any action, suit or proceeding between or among the parties rising in connection with any disagreement, dispute, controversy, or claim arising of or relating to this agreement or any related agreement. So to settle any legal dispute, the liquidator may have to take legal advice to do that. So after the company's winding up audit, for example, that I can give, which is my insurance thing. So dispute sometimes arise when a business makes an insurance claim. So unexperienced lawyer can help resolve the matter by representing the insured and getting the highest possible amount that they entitled to under the policy. So I will give the next part under representing.
In creditor winding up, the sale of asset is often conducted to satisfy outstanding debt. The ranking of creditors in term or receiving proceeds from the asset sale depends on the priority established by applicable law or agreement. Secure creditors typically have higher priority than unsecured creditors. For example, ABC Bakery, a small business on baking equipment, a delivery van, and inventory. ABC Bakery is struggling financially and decide to close down. They have outstanding debt to a bank, suppliers, and all salaries to employees. The appointed liquidator decide to sell the baking equipment, delivery van, and remaining inventory to generate funds. The bank holds a security interest in the delivery van. The funds from the van sale go to the bank to settle their claim. For distribution of funds to creditors is distribute any funds to creditors, which is called a dividend, and returning share capital to the shareholder. Any surplus after the repayment of all debt and share capital can be distributed to members that are the shareholders. For example, in the closure of a business, funds from asset sale, such as equipment, are typically distributed with priority given to secure creditors like bank, followed by preferred creditors such as employee, on which the remaining funds may then go to unsecured creditors, including suppliers. If there is any surplus, it might be allocated to business owners as the final recipients.
Now, I will explain about creditor's claim. It is the debt owed by the company to a particular creditor. The creditor's claim is ranked in a specific order based on priority. Whether the creditor will receive their claim in full or not, it will depend on the value of the asset realized by the liquidator. The creditor should also provide evidence to support their claim, such as invoice, contracts, and purchase order. Once the liquidator receives the creditor's claim, they will review it to determine its validity. If the claim is valid, it will be added to the list of creditors and paid out in priority order. And the last is distribution will be on the basis of pari passu principle. Pari passu is a Latin phrase that literally means on equal footing. It is a fundamental concept in corporate law that governs the ranking of creditor during the winding up or liquidation of a company. During the company winding up, the same class of creditor will get the same percentage of their debt. The principle is essential to maintain fairness and prevent any preferential treatment of certain creditors over others. It also helps to preserve the company's solvency and prevent any potential dispute among creditors during the winding up process.
In conclusion, it is important to note that during winding up of a company, the company asset may not be sufficient to cover all debts and liabilities. In such cases, some creditors may not receive full payment and shareholders may not receive any distributions. Also, it is essential to follow the ranking of funds to ensure that all creditors are treated fairly and protecting the interests of creditors. That's all from us. Thank you.